And Mr. Coleman says, Mr. Hutchinson, you may lead off.
You know, this is an unusual thing. Joe Hutchinson started on the left lane every shot, and if I was Bill Coleman, I'd just reverse the psychology there and have him have me start there and let Hutchinson start on the right lane. He's wired into no.
I'd do something different, I'll tell you that. He hadn't lost a thing. Here's a guy who had 265 in his last victory over Jim Godman, walloped him by 90 pins, and he had a 223 in beating Tommy Hudson in match number 2. Bill Coleman out of Springfield, Oregon, leaves the 3-6.
A chance to go to the Tournament of Champions in Economic.
And he opens with a spare. Those of you with back problems sympathize with this man. He has chronic back problems, and he said it's due to the way he bowls. And he travels in a motorhome, and he said every time his back goes out, as it frequently does, if he sleeps on the floor of his motorhome, he feels better in the morning. And last night, he even went out here and cracked his back himself.
Yeah, he laid right on the floor after the first ball and cracked his back, own back, got right back in shape and led the tournament.
And he has consecutive spares. Joe Hutchinson, showing no signs of letting up. He's live.
Takes a lot of time. Gets himself loose. Now, he's running things through his mind, too, Dave. He's just not out there clowning around. He's running things through his mind.
He knew that was not what he wanted there.
You could see by his reaction, he knew he pulled that ball a little bit, released it early, went to the nose, got the good break, though, leaving the 6-pin.
It could have been worse. He has a crowd with him.
Well, when you play up to the crowd, they always go with you.
Automatic. The spare up, picking up the 9, picking up the 6-pin, and Hutchinson is out in front a little bit here. He's up in the 3rd. You don't suppose he knows he's on television, do you?
No. He does have stranger antics than most bowlers.
Heavy on the head pin.
Okay, now Colman has been high twice on the pair. Now, all of a sudden, Joe Hutchinson lost the pocket. He's high twice. Now, Coleman has to be sitting there, and he has to be reminiscing a little bit. Remember last night, what you did last night. Did you change balls? Did you change speeds? Did you move a board or move 2 boards?
You know, when he came back the last time, wisecracking, a few of the people in the front row laughed, and Bill Coleman was not among them.
No, I don't think it's too funny to Bill. Even though it's funny to us, it's not too funny to Bill. He wants that title very badly, and he's concentrating heavily.
Little light, left to 7. You know, he has a kind of a stutter step start, Dick.
Yeah, a little bit of a hesitation. But once he gets going, he can get it going. And look at this pin action here. He just about carried the one right off the wall, which is a great inspiration to a bowler to carry that one off the wall because you know your ball's rolling good and it's a good break for you.
He carries the 7, and he has 3 consecutive spares. You're talking to me about the psychological part of bowling. Look at there. What you're telling me is that there is a great portion of this game, like all other games, that is psychological and mental.
Yes, and look at this reaction. And when you see this plays a lot of psychological action. Look at this. Where's it going to go? And all of a sudden.
And Bill Coleman comes back and responds, and he too has a double.
And with this strike and the next strike, I can bury this guy and put him down, make him hurt a little bit.
Working on a double. Now a triple. You may clown around, but I'll tell you something. He knew exactly what he needed there.
He's all business. He does that to loosen himself up a little bit and talks to himself. He's got to remind himself of what he's doing.
Talking now, look. Some of you lip readers may give us a call here and tell us what he's saying. I can't tell. Four in a row for Joe Hutchinson, increasing his lead over Bill Coleman to 24 pins.
Now take that.
And Bill Coleman responds. Had to have a strike there in the 7th frame, trailing by 24. Falkern keeping us right up to date on the score here. I'm always amazed at the way you guys can look down 3 and 4 frames and tell us what guys have to do. Maybe I should have taken a math course somewhere along the line.
Well, you better know, or else you're going to lose a lot of matches. Oh, he got by with it, Bill Coleman, just like Joe Hutchinson got.
Reduces it to 14. Now he's smiling. That's his way of communicating with Hutchinson.
Joe Hutchinson says, you got to give me a little bit of that luck. He held out his hand. Bill Coleman lightly tapped it. Good sportsmanship out there.
Great pin action. That's 5 in a row for Joe Hutchinson. The lead back up to 24.
He gave the sign like it folded up like an accordion.
I tell you, he's making it fun for all of us. He really is.
Yeah. He desperately wants this hit, Dave. This is the foundation frame, and this gives him approximately a 249.
Hello. Leaves the 7. Look at him.
The ball goes a little bit too long. As you see the ball rolling, it just doesn't quite get its momentum into the pocket. Deflects quite a bit, just about leaving the 5-7. Pin comes over, knocks the 5 pin down.
You can be grateful for that. That's the 9th.
Yes.
And he picks up the 7. But in the 9th, he has a spare, and now Bill Coleman with the foundation frame, the 9th, trailing by 23.
He definitely has to have this hit.
And he gets it. That's a triple for Coleman.
Here's the situation, Dave. If Bill Coleman gets the first 2 strikes in the 10th frame, he makes Joe Hutchinson get the first 2 strikes in the 10th frame. If Coleman gets the first strike in the 10th frame, Hutchinson has to have a mark, a good count and mark to win. Very important strike.
He leaves the 10.
Good ball, good solid hit.
He deserved more than that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. No.
That's it. Game's over. Still talking. What a chatterbox. He says, I win this. Okay, here's the winner. You made me a promise last night. You said, I'm going to be the star of television tomorrow. I find out you do not lie.
Well, Dave, I got a couple big breaks today when I needed them, and I just want to congratulate all the finalists on an excellent tournament ball, especially Bill Coleman. It's a heck of a way to lose, leaving a solid 10. And I would like to thank the sponsor, AMF, for sponsoring the tournament for the 4th consecutive year. And both our side of the business and their side of the business has prospered from it. And I want to thank our host here at Landmark Lanes in Peoria for being very, very congenial and wonderful to us in every way. And I want to thank the fans.
You act like you're winning an Academy Award here. You want to thank anybody else?
Dave. In a minute, I'm going to get a check that's about equivalent to 1 week of your salary.
Oh, listen.
Right? So when I get So when I get a pop at this mic, it don't happen that often, you understand? So don't take my routine.
I'm not taking your routine. Ray Becker, the proprietor of this fine establishment here, has a wonderful trophy that can grace the wall of your den back there in Scranton.
Don't have a den.
You don't have... You can take the check and build a den now.
I can take the check and bank it.
All right. There's your lovely trophy. And with us here is an old golfing pigeon of mine, Woody Woodruff, Vice President of AMF, who made good on a promise. You said you were going to be a star on television, and he threatened to wear that coat, and he did.
I think we make a great pair, don't you, Joe?
Excellent.
And on behalf of AMF, I'm delighted to present you this check for $20,000.
I'm delighted to accept it.
And what did you say you averaged on
177 I average on this pair in the tournament for everybody at home watching. Let us say we just learned how to make the adjustments. Yes. Okay.
Joe, it's nice to have you, and thanks to all the players. It was a super tournament.
Thank you, Woody, and I thank you from all of them.
Well, thanks to all of you. And thank you for making it such a great telecast. We had lots of fun with it.
Well, Dave, if we have any time, I just want to thank, more than anybody, my sponsor, Mr. and Mrs. Sam Lomi, who couldn't be here. They're the two people at home that gave me the financial chance to play this game when nobody else would. And if they didn't go out on a limb a little bit, I guess I wouldn't be out here having a good time and trying to bring a little excitement to some people. So Sam and Judy, thank you very much, and I really, really love you, honestly. Thank you.
All right, you talked about an adjustment. That's very nice of you. You talk about an adjustment. Now, you got a lot of bowlers out there who say, okay, so he averaged 177. He came here today and was in the 730s. What did you do differently?
That's a great... Well,
that's why I'm paid all that money, to ask you those great questions.
Well, now if you give me a chance, I'm going to give you an equally great answer. The thing is, today, the lanes were a little different than they were during the tournament, I thought. And they were just nice for the way I throw the ball. It doesn't happen that often. When it does, you have to take advantage of it. Mark is a great bowler, and Marshall and Earl, and those guys, they just tell the lanes almost what they want it to do. Unfortunately, I'm one of the guys that has to fall in and play where the lane tells me.
Well, you did it very well today. We got to run. We're going to do Wide World of Sports, and we thank you for giving us a great afternoon here on ABC.